Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember where the fuck we are?
We are at the end of Ruth.
We are.
That's amazing.
We
finished yet another book of the Bible.
It's the 8th book.
It's the 8th book. What the fuck?
I know.
We are reading the Bible and we are getting through the Bible.
Like, we can actually now say, 8 books in, like, we didn't stop, we didn't give up, like, no, we're reading the Bible.
You know what else is fucked up?
What?
We actually know some shit now about the Bible.
Not nearly as much as we thought we did.
No.
But yes.
Wait, what?
What?
Does that make even any sense?
I'm just saying, like, we're learning things, but, like, every time I learn things, like, it's frustrating because there's so much more to learn and it all overlaps.
Right.
So.
Definitely. But we're having fun.
It is so fun and interesting. I can't wait to do this episode.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
We are doing a Book of Ruth wrap-up kind of thing. Like we always do a bonus at the end.
Yeah.
As well as a Q&A to cover it because it was only 4 chapters long.
Okay.
So we're just cramming the Q&A and the wrap-up all in one episode.
I mean, this was a short book, so.
It was a short book, but this might not be a completely short episode just because I'm covering both.
Got
you know
it.
what I mean? The book as well as the chapters in the book.
Right. Okay. Well, are we ready to get into this then?
I am so ready. I'm psyched.
All right, let's go do this.
Okay. Okay, so we are doing the Book of Ruth.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's talk about the book itself before we get into the chapters of the book.
Okay. So
Okay.
like a general overview.
Kind of. Before
Okay.
we even talk about the overview, let's talk about like the history and the author and the time period and shit like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how there's a group of books that are they comprise the historical books.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I can't
Historical
remember.
books. I'm not sure exactly what you're...
I can't remember the other categories. I probably should have looked that up. Sorry. Okay, but you know how the Deuteronomistic writers and then the other writers,
Right.
You know how there's like all these different like groups of
the
books,
different writers that wrote the Bible.
right? Well, not just writers, but groups of
writers. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So one of those is considered the quote historical books.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not because they are actually historically accurate.
Okay.
That's just what they're called.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
All right.
Generally because they provide histories, even though it's not history, if that makes sense.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Story histories.
Okay.
Okay. So the historical books are composed of 12 or more books of the Old Testament. And it's the or more that I'm like, oh shit.
Okay.
Because I thought that like the Bible was the Bible. Then I thought, oh, I didn't know that the Catholics had like their own Bible where it's the Bible plus some but minus others.
Right.
And then I didn't know that some other, like the Jewish Bible has a lot of plus some minus others. And then I didn't know that there were other Christian religions that are the Bible plus some minus other books. So I learned more.
Okay.
There's more books. We're going to be like in the quote unquote Bible for like ever. Probably until we like die or something. So anyway, the historical books are 12 books in the Protestant Bible, but several other books that are not in the Hebrew Bible, but are in the Catholic and Orthodox Bible.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking lost right now.
I know,
What?
I know. Okay, so there's 12 books.
Okay.
That comprise the historical books. Okay, the
Sure.
historical group. Okay.
Okay.
Most.
I
of
wasn't
those,
expecting this to be difficult.
I'm so sorry. Like, yeah. It will. We will move along in a minute. I'm trying to wrap my mind around the fact that Ruth is part of this group of books that the majority of them are in what we know of as the Bible.
Okay.
But a lot of the books in this group are also not in what we refer to as the Bible. And there are other books in this group that are not in our Bible.
In the Protestant Bible.
Yeah. When I say our, what I mean is, the Protestant Bible that, like, if you go to the bookstore in America
And buy a Bible.
and buy a fucking Bible.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Not the King James.
Never the King James. Never the King. That's what a lot of fucking Baptists read because they're fucking ignorant.
Yeah,
but anyways, So just learning that Ruth is part of this group that have other books that we're not going to read in the next few years because they're not in this Bible.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Huh.
Okay. So the books provide a collection of stories about the Israelites spanning nearly a millennium.
Wow.
Yeah. From their conquest of Canaan, which, that's
Sure.
what we've been doing,
Yeah.
all the way until the return to Zion in 539 BCE.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, Zion is Israel, basically.
See, I didn't know that because I've heard the word, but I don't
I could be slightly wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure Zion is Israel.
I guess we'll get there.
Right, right.
Kind of thing. And see, that's what makes it really hard to research all of this and figure out what's what because we don't even know what books we're fucking talking about here right now.
Sure.
And we don't know yet what's going to happen that sometimes gets referenced and we're expected to just kind of hold these random details until we get there.
Got it. Yeah.
So, okay. I'm sorry. I'm really excited because my brain just exploded and I went into research orgasm here.
Got
okay?
it. Yeah.
Okay. So modern scholars think that what reliable material can be found in these books, which is questionable.
Reliable material meaning what?
Meaning, okay, so how the Avengers takes place in New York City.
Yeah.
Okay, so a reliable fact from that is that New York City is a place.
Okay, sure.
That's what I'm getting at here.
Right.
Okay.
How dare you insinuate that Spider-Man and Captain America are not real?
Right. And that's what that's what a lot of people would say about the Bible. There are things in the Bible that do exist outside of the Bible, but that doesn't mean that everything in the Bible elsewise is real.
Oh, my head's spinning
I know.
a little bit.
I know. But they think that what little reliable material can be found in these books, these 12 books that I'm going to list in a minute here, that they describe a period from the late 2nd millennium to the 4th century BCE that were written long after the alleged events. And they were edited several times, which, I mean, we pretty much knew that already.
Right.
Okay, so that's nothing new.
So it was people taking oral histories and writing it all down after the fact.
And then
edited it and
politically
yada, yada.
for the times.
Right, sure.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's nothing we didn't already know, but just these 12 books in particular, they're saying definitely.
Right.
This
no,
happened.
that makes sense.
Okay. So, I'm about to name the 12 books.
Okay.
It's not as simple as it might sound based on what I've already said.
Okay.
Okay. But this is more or less what you would find in Protestant, Catholic, and Orthodox Bibles. So I know what Protestant Bibles are. I know what Catholic Bibles are now. I don't even know what a fucking Orthodox Bible is. So that's something else we'll learn about eventually.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the 12 books that we're talking about now.
Sure. Okay.
Joshua, Judges, Ruth.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah. Both books of Samuel, both books of King, and both books of Chronicles. So those are the next ones.
Okay.
That we're going to be reading.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where it starts to get a little fudgy. Okay. The book of Ezra, but which in a different book, which I will talk about in a minute, is actually referred to not as Ezra, but as Esdras. The first Esdras.
Okay.
Okay. The book of Nehemiah, which is in our thing.
Okay.
But which in another book is referred to as second Esdras.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold that word in your head. We're going to come back to it.
Okay.
The book of Tobit, which is only included in the Catholic and Orthodox canons.
Interesting.
So you see why my brain was like, wait, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
The book of Judith, which is only
Judith, huh?
Right? Who the fuck is Judith? You know what? The only name Judith that I can ever think of is Judy Garland.
Right. Sure.
Like that's the only Judy I know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't even know why I said that.
What about Judi Dench?
Yeah. Okay. Judi Dench. You're right. Oh, and then there's Judy Hopps from Zootopia.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? Never mind. I take back my. I don't know any Judiths. Clearly, I know plenty. So the book of Judith is only included in the Catholic and Orthodox canons.
Okay.
Okay. The book of Esther, which that's in the Protestant Bible.
Okay. Yeah.
Some books of the Maccabees, which are not in ours, but are in the Catholic Bible.
But some are in the Protestant Bible?
No.
Oh, no, none of them.
None of them.
Okay. All right.
No. But not all of the books of Maccabees are considered to be in this historical group that I'm talking about.
That's even more interesting.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not even getting into the fucking Maccabees because that's a Catholic Bible and we are not doing that right now.
Yet. Right.
Yet. Right. Okay. Remember that word Esdras that I told you about earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last book is called Third Esdras, but in Russian Bibles, it actually corresponds to Fourth Esdras.
The fuck?
And Russian and Georgian Bibles, I'm assuming like Georgian, like the country, not the American state, often include it, but their churches consider it non-canonical based on the Eastern Orthodox Quint Sex Council. The fuck is that?
Don't know.
Not getting into that now.
Right.
And the Protestant and Catholic churches consider it non-canonical, which means they're like, they frown on that. Like, no, that's not real. That's not biblical. What the fuck are you guys doing over there?
Right.
Stop.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Book of Ruth also belongs to another group.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Referred to as the Five Scrolls or the Five Megillat. I apologize if I'm pronouncing this wrong.
Okay.
Remember, not a scholar or an academic.
Right.
Okay. 1 is the Song of Songs. 2 is the Book of Ruth.
Okay.
3 is the Book of Lamentations. 4 is Ecclesiastes. And 5 is the Book of Esther. Okay. These 5 are all relatively short, and they're usually grouped together in the Jewish tradition. And they read these 5 throughout the year.
Okay.
Like at various times, like Passover and shit like that.
Got it.
Okay. And so that is kind of just a basic layout of the book itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And the history and the time period and all that.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk about the Book of Ruth a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So the Book of Ruth is held in esteem by Jews who fall under the category of Jews by choice.
Okay.
Which, are you following why that would be?
Because she came from another tribe and chose to be Jewish.
Yes.
She came from another, yeah.
Not just chose it, but like adopted it
Converted.
unto death.
Right.
Like specifically said, your God is my God, your people are my people. And like
essentially converted to Judaism.
She did. And like what I didn't, like I knew she was Moabite, but I didn't think about it.
Right.
She gave up all of her false
Life.
gods and idols and everything that she had worshipped up until then and literally converted to Judaism.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay, now for a bit of trivia.
Okay.
This blew my mind.
Okay.
Do you remember what the other sister's name was?
Orpah?
Orpah. If you rearrange some of those letters, does that not sound slightly vaguely like it might be related to something?
Orpah.
Oprah.
Okay.
Okay. And I was like, I wonder. And so I did a little Googling.
A little Googling? Okay.
Orpah Gail Winfrey was born in 1954. Her first name was spelled Orpah on her birth certificate.
Huh.
Specifically after the Orpah of the Bible.
Interesting.
Okay? But people mispronounced it so often that she just continued to go by Oprah.
Got it.
So she's Oprah everywhere on legal documents and in her personal private life, in her business life.
Right.
Her company is her name backwards, Harpo.
Yeah.
So everything is Oprah except on her birth certificate.
Huh.
It's Orpah.
Interesting. Okay.
Here's some interesting shit about that.
Okay.
Orpah and Ruth are exact opposites, but they come to be related in the end. Like they're parallels of each other.
Okay.
Because for Ruth, she did everything right, and so everything worked out wonderfully for her, right?
Sure. I mean, but do we not know that Orpah didn't work out wonderfully because we didn't really follow
I'm
her?
so glad you asked that because that's literally what I was going to say next.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, just continuing with Ruth for just a second here.
Sure.
Okay, she marries a rich man. She has a son named Jesse who becomes the grandfather of King David.
Right.
One of the most famous biblical figures ever, who is an ancestor of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
So, she's literally like on the awesome side. Okay?
All right.
Orpah, on the other hand, is never discussed a single time in the Bible outside of the book of Ruth. She's given no resolution, no story. Once she leaves,
Should do some fan fiction.
I know. Well, apparently, some did.
Ah, interesting.
Jewish tradition paints Orpah very unfavorably.
Oh.
A lot of rabbis, medieval rabbis, claimed that Orpah slept with 100 men and a dog
the
night
God.
she left Naomi.
Wow.
Okay, it gets better.
Okay.
You can't, I started to say you can't make this up, but
somebody did.
But somebody did, right? So, supposedly this night of wild passion with 100 men and a dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
She got pregnant, okay, as one might.
Is it the dogs?
Who knows? Okay, it might be because guess the fuck what?
What?
She became pregnant with one of, according to this legend, story,
Sure.
I don't know, what do you call it?
Right.
Fanfic? I like that.
Yeah.
She gave birth to one of the Bible's most infamous villains.
Really?
The giant Goliath.
Really?
Who did Goliath fucking
David.
fight?
Wow.
What?
What the fuck?
Right? Tell
Really?
me that's not, like, amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's a great fanfic.
Yeah.
Like, I want that movie.
Like, I bet nobody knows that shit. Like I've never heard that.
Okay,
right?
the Googles knew it.
The Googles knew it. But I mean, and when I say nobody, I mean like generally nobody, you know?
Right. Like I've never heard anybody talk about it.
Like, you claim to read the Bible, but I bet you don't know this.
Right?
Right?
Like, what do you know about Orpah? Tell me.
Yeah, tell me about Orpah.
Yeah. Do you even remember which fucking book she's in? Because I do.
Well, no, that'll help me remember her quite a bit more because,
right?
I mean, Goliath,
Oprah
you know?
And Goliath.
Right.
Right?
There's a lot of little, you know.
Yeah. And I tried to find out why Oprah's aunt named her that. Like, why would you name her that?
Right.
The only thing I could find was that it wasn't like out of any spite or malice or anything.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like, you know, you got pregnant with this baby and we're going to name her this bad. It wasn't anything like that. she liked the name and thought it was interesting and original.
Okay.
So-
That's fair, I think.
I don't know if that's true. It's the only thing that I could find, and I like to think of it that way.
I mean,
because,
if you don't dig into the Bible more than just surface, she's just a person in the Bible that goes the other way.
yeah,
You know, like
Yeah.
there's nothing more to it to most people.
to most people, if
So-
they know the name at all,
Right.
and if they know the relation.
Yeah.
Well, this actually reminded me. We used to know a family whose son was named Cain.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, surely it couldn't be the Cain of the Bible.
Right.
Because,
why would you do that?
yeah.
Right.
Well, it turns out that his mom, that was, okay, hold on. So Cain's mom had an affair. And so the Cain that we knew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So mom and husband named the child Cain.
Wow.
So basically punished the fucking child.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I know that you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Don't know
I do.
if you were aware of that fact.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah,
and that is messed up.
That is some juicy gossip of the worst kind.
Right. Well, we're not going to, yeah.
No.
that's-
No, the only reason I bring it up is because it's the opposite of what I think happened here with Oprah.
Right.
Like, I don't think that Oprah was named out of malice, whereas Cain was.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
ugh. Let's not do that to our babies,
Yeah,
you guys.
that's fucked up.
That's mean.
To name a kid out of malice?
Right?
Any kid, that's fucked up.
Well, plus, it was the mom that did it.
Right.
Like, Mom, you had the affair. You're having this baby. You don't have to punish. Why are you punishing the child? You're the one that did it.
Right.
Ugh, jerk.
That's crazy.
Okay, so anyways, carrying on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting a little bit back into Ruth, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Traditionally, it was ascribed, the authorship of it was ascribed to the prophet Samuel, which we'll be getting into here shortly.
Okay.
Because First Samuel and Second Samuel are the next two books coming up. Samuel, Kings, and then Chronicles.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So traditionally, they say that, he's the guy that did it.
Got it.
But Ruth's identity as a non-Israelite, she was a Moabite.
Yeah.
And the stress on the need for an inclusive attitude towards foreigners suggests that maybe that's not true, that Samuel wasn't the author. There was some suggestion that perhaps instead that story was originated in the 5th century BC,
Okay.
when intermarriage had become controversial. And
so it was political at the time.
Yes.
Okay.
So it might have been like a rewrite. Remember,
Sure.
they did a lot of editing.
Yeah,
et cetera,
yeah.
et cetera.
I mean, you're always going to have influence
Mhm.
from the writers can't help but be influenced by their times.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. So most today they think it was written during the Persian period.
Okay.
So sixth, say it.
6th.
Yeah, to 4th centuries BC, which 5 is right in the middle.
Sure,
So we'll
yeah.
call it the 5th century BC.
Right.
Because I can't say the 6th.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of question over whether this was something that was supposed to have actually happened or an allegory, and what the meaning would have been from it.
Okay.
Okay. Some modern commentators see, like feminists,
Yeah.
will see it as a story about the dignity of labor and female self-sufficiency, figuring your shit out.
Right.
And which makes sense. I mean, we talked about that at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
when we were reading it. There are some that go so far as to see it as a model for lesbian relations. Like she's kind of
Really?
a lesbian icon, I guess.
Why?
I'm not sure. I would have had to really, really scratch into that.
Not
and
that I'm
I was-
against it, but
No,
I mean,
no, no,
I just
I'm not seeing it as all.
right.
It's
I don't see it either.
It's cool. I mean, lesbians need all the icons they can get.
Right.
I'm all about that.
Sure.
But I don't understand why. Unless it was a suggestion of a relationship between
Her and her
Naomi
mother-in-law?
and Ruth.
Right, because of the undying devotion to her.
Right.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Yeah,
maybe,
no, I mean,
maybe that's it. And maybe it's not saying that they had a relationship so much as the
Ruth.
relationship between women.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Which
Okay.
that was the next
And that's
point,
fair.
is many feminists see it as a celebration of the relationship between
I can
women.
see that. I can see
So,
that.
yeah.
I mean, they were very loyal to each other. So
Yeah. So I'm going to do one tiny Q&A,
Okay.
and that's really most of the Q&A that we had.
Okay.
Remember we talked about how feet could be a euphemism for genitals?
Yeah.
So many, many, many modern commentators, yes, we are right about that.
Yeah.
See sexual allusions in that.
I kind of looked into that too, because I was curious myself just afterward. And yeah, it depends on who you're asking. But like, Christian scholars tend to think, no, it was absolutely not. No.
Because men would never pull a Madison Cawthorn
Right.
and skull fuck his cousin.
Right, but most secular scholars that have studied the Bible,
they're like,
agree that no, it's
absolutely.
definitely that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
she didn't have a lot of choice. So
right.
like,
And there's too many references throughout the Bible to things that allude to the same thing that you can go through and find a list of all the things that it kind of like that feet symbolize throughout the Bible, and it does definitely lead back to the fact that it most definitely could possibly be a euphemism for penis.
And I would definitely go so far as to say, I believe that.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean,
for this story
it's close
in particular,
enough to be okay. Yeah. Sure.
For this story in particular, it makes so much more sense that he was try before you buy.
Yeah. No. I totally.
Yeah. There's no way that she was really just sleeping at the foot of his bed.
Right. Then why did she spend the whole fucking night after they woke up and found her there?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
And why did she say, put me under your covers?
Yeah.
And why did she have to bathe and smell nice?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. No, it was,
They got whatever. She did what she had to do.
Right.
Whatever. Okay, so going back to how people view this, conversely, as opposed to like being a celebration of women.
Yeah.
Many believe or see it the way I did.
Okay.
How I was like really offended.
Yeah.
And like, fuck you, fuck that system, etc.
Right.
A system of patriarchy in which a woman's worth can only be measured through marriage and childbearing.
I get that, and I think the reason I fought you on that is just because of the time that this is written in.
No, I totally get you.
That time frame, it was very much the way things were.
And
so
I guess I need to like reframe what I was saying. I wasn't mad against her for having to prostitute herself out. Okay?
Right.
I was mad at the system that was her only fucking option.
Sure. No.
And that's what this better phrases it.
And I think that we could still work up anger over this because it is still something that is in Bibles today that people read and interpret as something that they believe in.
Yes.
So the fact that that's the case can lend to anger to that chapter that book because we don't want that line of thought in our world anymore.
We don't want to live in a way that makes women be forced to prostitute themselves for livelihood.
Right.
In order to survive, you must marry only a man and have his children.
Right.
The end. Like that's all you're good for.
Yeah, no, that's why I can see it both ways. I was mostly just arguing that maybe we should give it a little bit of leeway because of the times.
Sure.
And that was it. So
no, and I understand that that's the way the times were. I just don't think that they should have been.
Right.
I'm not forgiving because it's
and they've taken books out before. Maybe this shouldn't be canon. Maybe this line of thought should just be wiped out.
Well, they'd have to take out so much more.
No, I know. I know.
There's one more view which I kind of like, and it goes back to looking at the way that she was celebrated as having converted to Judaism, and it's seen as a book celebrating particularly people who choose to be Jewish.
Yeah.
There is another group of people who they look at this book as a book that champions outcast and oppressed peoples.
Okay.
Much the same way, I guess, that, Ruth could be a lesbian icon.
Sure.
Not necessarily that this is the perfect representation of that, but
But it is a representation
exactly. A poor one, maybe, but if you're going to pull something from the Bible.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that is just the bare minimum of what I could find about the book of Ruth and our Q&A. And we have just a lot to think about as far as like when we finish the traditional Protestant Bible.
Yeah. What are we doing next?
What books are we doing next?
And how are we doing it?
And and are we like switching away from the Bible and going to something else, or are we going to do all these other Bibles? And like right now, I'm just processing this on air, like as I'm thinking about it, having just gone through this research.
Yeah,
I'm so inclined to just say, let's just stick with the Bible until we run out of Bibles.
Well, yeah, I think that'd be the way to do it. I mean, we sped things up on this podcast in order to
get through
this quicker. And so I think doing that, we should cover it as much as we can. Like I think that's the goal. And then eventually we'll move on to something else.
Yeah, no. I just I didn't realize that I knew there were texts that were outside of what we think of as the traditional Bible. And I knew that that was going to be composed of the Jewish Bible or book and the Catholic Bible.
Sure.
I didn't know that there were so many others, and that blew my mind. And so now I want to go compose lists upon lists upon lists of what order we're going to be doing these in and what goes where.
And just for the record, to everybody, you need to know how much wife likes to make lists. It's like one of her favorite pastimes in the world.
I love a list. It
my God.
settles my mind, and sometimes I will make a list, and then several days later, I will know that I made a list, but I will think that it wasn't good enough, and so I will remake the list just because it feels good. Yeah. It helps me feel safe and structured.
So many lists.
I love a good list, and this sounds so fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I was really excited to get into this, because it just opened everything up, not just lists, but you know.
Right. Yeah.
I like learning. I like figuring new stuff out.
Yeah.
And so it's not that the book of Ruth itself per se taught me new things so much as that what the book of Ruth belongs to.
Right.
Is so much bigger than I knew.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to figure out what we're doing when we're done with this, because there's just a lot. So
I'm seeing we're never going to be done, and I'm here for it. Honestly, that excites me.
Maybe we make it a more sporadic thing, and we sprinkle it in between something else that we do too. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Every season of life, I understand that. But for today, for the here and now, I am so psyched about this podcast and what we're doing with it.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a lot of fun.
So sorry, I did not mean to get all, I don't know, speak. What am I doing? What am I? Crazy? Fangirl? Crazy? Manic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm being manic about it.
Yeah.
I'm just really psyched.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, that's it then.
That's the Book of Ruth.
That is the Book of Ruth. And tomorrow, do we know what we're doing yet?
I haven't picked a specific topic. I'm thinking that it will probably be abortion rights and Madison Cawthorn and what's in the Constitution and what's not, and what's
so
in
basically
the Bible.
Just the general state of politics right now.
Yeah, I'm really thinking that that's something we need to do because it's unfolding so fast.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a lot to say. I have feels and opinions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I completely agree.
We got into it a little bit earlier this week, and it wasn't enough.
I mean, our Twitter feed turned into basically women's rights and abortion rights over the last few days because that's what is happening, and it's so much.
I'm so up in it.
Yeah. So
I just have so much to say.
Oh, yeah. You and me both.
Okay.
So,
good.
Right. So that was it for the Book of Ruth, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Husband.
Yes, wife?
Remember how you told me we're on Patreon now?
Yeah, why?
Because we're starting something new for Patreon members only. Every couple of weeks, we'll cover something in the news, a current event, or something we feel strongly needs to be discussed. And only subscribers get to hear our discussion.
That's right. It's all for our Patreon members as a thank you for their support. Join now for as little as $2 a month to get all of our extra content. Go to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse.
Do it now. Husband, it's the end.
It is indeed, wife.
Tell the people where they can contact us.
Well, they can get a hold of us via our email, which is sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. We have Twitter at sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh, why do you know? Why do you keep doing that? Ugh. All right, we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a Pinterest page. But if you really want to get our attention, Twitter's where it's at.
Twitter is where you're at.
Yeah.
And they should also review, like, and subscribe, yeah?
Definitely. Apple Podcasts reviews help us out tremendously. And we also can use your support on Patreon, which is a great place to support us as well. That would be at patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse.
Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.